Hey there, my fellow contract mercenaries, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Starsector Ascendancy. Episode 18, Expensive Investments. Okay. I've already gone through these, but basically I paid a little bribe to the dockmaster to arrange a meeting. I walk into the den. I do not kneel to Kanta. And then I offer an orbital fusion lamp to Kanta. And now Kanta will guarantee that they won't raid me. I just summarized that. So if we take a look at my colony threats, I have Kanta's protection, and then also additionally, each individual world has extra accessibility because pirates don't mess with these planets. So the trade ships coming here won't be messed with either. So it's a big accessibility boon as well. It's two birds, one stone. I really like doing that. And then the other advantage is now that Kanta has a fusion lamp, Kanta's den will basically always have a need for volatiles. So when I set up volatile production in my own solar systems, I can sell those volatiles to Kanta. I like it. Cheers. All right, so we paid off Kanta. So what I want to do is focus on colonization and earn money when I can. Colonization is expensive, so if there's contracts that I can, if there are like missions being offered or anything like that that look easy or convenient or whatever, that would be great. Because I need to be able to afford to invest in my colonies continually. So I'm going to fly around a little bit as I'm waiting for my current planets to develop a little bit more and see if any missions come across the board that look good. It's also worth mentioning, should I focus on a specific faction for relations? So meaning, accept missions from Tritag or Pirates or Independents or something like that to build up, working my way to an alliance, or should I just be like, whatever pays the best? Have you vote briefly on that as I look for new missions. So how's my faction rep looking? I'm pretty much in the positive with everyone, except for Luddic Path. Pirates could be a little bit better. I wouldn't mind being a little bit more neutral with pirates. But apart from that, we have pretty decent relations with everybody, which is good. Because that means that our colonies can develop without necessarily being harassed. Another thing that's going to happen now that I've started colonizing is the other world factions are really going to start going to war with one another. So in LunaLib settings, I muzzled all the other factions from killing each other, but only until I colonize. So now that I'm colonizing stuff, the other factions are no longer muzzled. They're able to invade one another and mess with one another and expand their colonies and all that. So, for instance, the hegemony is expanding to Xanth Che right now. They're headed to expand and colonize. And that's going to be true of a lot of the core system. They're just going to... I've unleashed them. So it's a bit of a foot race as well. And here we go. The Hedge and the Persian League are already battling it out. And you guys are like, don't focus on a specific faction? Alright, that's fine. Unfortunately, there's like literally no missions being offered right now. I just did like a big lap around the galaxy and there was nothing. So there's an alliance between Tritac and Persian League. an alliance between Hedge and Church. Hedge and Church is way, way bigger. As you can see, they're almost double the size. I am a potential member of either if my relationship is a little bit higher. Not to say that I'm necessarily interested, though. Oh, hello. You were a weapon boat. Alright, personally just offered some. What I'm really looking for is, like, is there a bunch clustered together? Okay, there are 2 pirate missions clustered together. I'll do those. We have 9 days left on the patrol HQ, and then after that, I'm gonna do... Let's do high-tech, orbital stations. We almost have farming up. At Garganerion, there's a deficit for heavy armaments. So I'll just sell this stuff at Garganerion, or whatever it's called. So it's in this system. So farming's done. Nice. Now we're producing food. That's going to be really helpful. And yeah, colonizing burns through capital, which is why I'm seeking out missions to pay for it. Otherwise, I'll be broke. Yeah, I'm sure you're not happy that I black marketed that. Bye! So you have... Oh, hold on. I'm gonna go back. I want to put survey equipment on my ship. Hi again! Alright, so instead of efficiency overhaul, I will do survey. Oh, oh, because the AUG drive is so big. I am still able to do it. Just need to strip the ship entirely. So I have survey equipment on my salvage rig and my super freighter. Oh, I still have the Valkyrie on me. Oops. Alright, well, I will survey you too. I did not mean to have this troop transport in my fleet. That's a mistake. So I have a bunch of survey equipment and then just like 2 backup combat ships. Cool. Remember the heavy machinery? I'm probably going to end up finding it. I'm not too worried about that. Heavy machinery I happen upon a lot. So hopefully... Oh, yeah, Sean's already turned into profit. Setting up farming. Nice. And that's still with like hazard pay, right? Because I want to grow fast. That matters a lot as well. There's Petrobul's Patrol HQ. So right at this moment, I don't think it's all that important to set up the cryogenic engine, but eventually that will be useful. It's not useful at this moment because my colony threat is not particularly high. I don't expect to be attacked at the moment because I'm just way off the radar of everyone. So I'm gaining 1 per month. It's like never going to happen that I'm going to get attacked. But as my colonies look more profitable and look more juicy, those numbers will significantly change. So where am I going exactly? Perfect. Jibijiji. So it is orbiting in an active gate. Oh, nice. I already know where that is because I've been to Gap before. Although, if I recall correctly, I didn't have the gate information at Gap because it was a Nexus remnant world, so it was super sketchy and dangerous. But I'll just be in and out quick. Ponta's Den, deterioration. Ouch. Sucks for you, Kanta. Take care of your own. Dummy. Well, speaking of heavy machinery, now I have enough. That didn't take very long. Oh, yes! Biofactory embryo for light industry. Turning organics into domestic goods and possibly organs. That's what I am talking about. Because that could be the second main industry on Sean. So taking a look at Sean here, Sean has abundant organics, and we could mine the organics and mine the moderate ore, and then light the light industry for organs. Am I going to install the thingy on Patrol HQ? Literally just talked about that. But yes, eventually it's just not urgent because I'm not being attacked at home. We did just get a lieutenant. I am going to consider keeping lieutenants at this point. Potentially. I'm not going to say I'm going to definitely do it. It depends on their skills. But now that we might have need of, like, wingmen. So you're steady with elite ballistics, combat endurance, system expertise. Oh, system expertise is not particularly great for it. I mean, it's a really useful skill, I'm not going to lie, but NPCs don't use it well. But I'll keep him for now. I'm going to raffle off the name of this captain with the understanding that I might not keep him permanently. He might get fired if I get someone better. Adequate farmland location. Where's that? At Delta Poly? Alright, cool. And Medusa? I don't really want Medusa. Oh, another commander. Well, between the two, your elite skill is ballistics, and missiles, and target analysis, damage control, and impact mitigation. I already like you more than the original one, so guess what, original guy? You are going into a little, you're going into sleep mode. Okay, we activated this gate, and then we're going to do the last pirate mission that I have in the area. That would be at Delta, or Gamma Carinae. Right over here. So it is some distance away. Ah, I hate that. So it's a wild goose chase. It's a search. No, maybe it's right there. Cha-ching! And I got sensor data. Done. Okay, so a little bit of money coming in. That's good. That always helps. Get back to Gap and get back to Core and keep picking up new missions to pay for stuff. So, Sean, you're building a way station. You're upgrading the spaceport, and you have the orbital station queued, and then Petrol, you have the Patrol HQ. I'm going to upgrade this to a military base. You're building, you're upgrading. Okay. So I think what I'll do is, maybe I'll go back to Amon and set up the cryarithmetic engines. Yeah. That's my plan. Before picking up new missions. You wish you could cryosleep officers? Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Definitely cut down on cost. So jumping in a slip surge to the north. Actually, we're really not that far off. And the nascent gravity well right next to the red dwarf is my military world. Got it. Manage colony. Let's install engine. Done. There's no more items for me to install at the moment, but I am going to drop off this this other colony item back at Sean. Plus the beta core. I don't have the mule on me, and I don't want to get scanned with that. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll also add a stable point if I have metals. I do have metals. Yeah, I'll do that as well. Two story points, and we have another stable point. And for that, it doesn't consume an alpha core. You use the alpha core to do the calculations about how to set up a stable point, but you don't burn it. Swanky Possum, you are going to be my second in command. Did I drop off the troop transport? I sure didn't. Thank you for reminding me, though. Wait. I can have two comms relays? Does it stack? Hold on, I'm gonna save. I don't know if that doesn't sound right to me. No, it doesn't stack. Okay. I was like, I don't think it works like that. So let's do a nav buoy so that my picket fleets and everything are a little bit faster in the system. Yeah, stable points are Lagrange points, IRL. What's interesting is the stable points in this game are not Lagrange points. There are Lagrange points in the game that you usually have like asteroid fields and things. But the stable points here are like separate. I don't know. It's hard to describe. It's all fantasy. Alright, so let's store this stuff. Bada bing, bada boom. The rest of the stuff I probably could sell. I'll keep storing the weapons though. So what do I want to sell here? Now that I'm making food, I could just take the food that I have in stock with me back to sell elsewhere. And done. Dropping that off. Let's go ahead and switch. I'll actually take two of the eradicators rather than just the one. So I just had a raffle up, So I'm going to roll this, and this is going to be the Fang Face. Fang Face, do you already have something named after you? If you do, I don't care, I guess. And this will be an auto-fitted assault. Harpoons, heavy autocannons. That could be better, but it could be worse. Okay. Looking good. Definitely gonna need to re-up on fuel at some point, back at core. But yeah, they're coming along. So, closest gate to me. So I think it's actually faster for me to go to Hadril. Or no, maybe just fly into Khufu. Oh, why are there remnants? I don't... Oh, hello. As I'm flying to Khufu, a slip surge formed right in front of me. Nice. So Sean now has a way station. That's useful. So it will be able to resupply some fuel when I'm home. The Fang Face is already getting repaired up on demodded. And I'm just heading into core so that I can get more paying missions so that I have money coming in to invest in the colonies. Soon I suspect that once I add a few more industries, they might actually start turning a profit too. And I can snowball. Can you ever make something besides makeshift? No. The knowledge to make something better than the makeshift stuff was lost in the big bad wars. I'm sure there's mods for it. But when you're looking for colony candidates, that's honestly not a bad thing to look for, is like pre-war stability implements, so that you can have stability beyond okay, I'm definitely overpaying for fuel. Nah. I don't know. Yeah, I'll do it. Keep the independents happy. Missions. Literally none are being offered right now. Oh, come on! I just paid for real fuel. You're a jerk. Big jerk. I mean, I know I black marketed some stuff, but... Gap. Gap is that's an easy one to do. Because there's a gate there. Well, all of these surveys are like clustered as well, so I'm going to accept those two. So I'm going to gate over to Gap. Why is it warning me with that? I'm going to gate over to Gap and then do those other three surveys. It's like, oh, there's a time commitment. It's like, yeah, there always has been. Why the big warning? I got myself a Janus device. And I'm pretty sure I have gates up in that region of the world. Ain't no thing. Wow, the Perseid League and the Large Church are really getting along, aren't they? Church just beat the League. Alright. I am a little worried about that alliance snowballing. We all, you know, it's something to keep an eye on, I suppose. Ooh, transplatonic ore in the ruins there. Hell yeah. That alone pays for the trip. Planets. Spaceport's still underway, and orbital station's still underway. So the spaceport and the orbital station will help with accessibility and with stability, driving up profitability, and it's 33% grown, 24% grown. So they're growing. They're growing slowly, but we'll have to figure out what our first industry after growing will be. Whether we commit to, like, you know, light industry or mining or whatever. Well, it wouldn't be a light industry because I would need mining first. Okay, other missions. Let's go you first. A little worried about my fuel. At least I can conserve some with the slipstreams. So this is a independent to survey a gas giant. Well, that's easy. It's going to be this thing. Bit of a loser of a gas giant, but whatever. You paid for it. Because I'm a little low on fuel, I'm going to pick some fights with the drone defenders so that maybe I can salvage them for fuel. Plus, these guys, easy to kill. Unlike remnants. Oh wow, you don't even need my help with the Berserker. That's actually a pretty good experience too. Pretty good fuel. I walked away with almost as much fuel from that engagement as it took to get here, i.e. paid for the trip, which isn't bad. One industry helps with fuel, volatiles. Volatile mining and then fuel processing will make fuel. So most industries requires raw resource acquisition as the first step, and then processing. So, for instance, you mine ores, and then you refine ores in a refinery. You can mine organics and refine them in light industry. You mine volatiles, and then you refine them in fuel. So that's the sort of... it's all just like raw resource and then processing. There's other industries that don't follow that trend, like commerce, for instance, or orbital works, or heavy industry. So heavy industry uses a whole bunch of things like metals to make ships, but there isn't like ship mining, you know. And then tech mining is a little bit different, where you just mine the ruins and there are diminishing returns. So eventually you mine the ruins out entirely and then you don't yield anything from them. And then the other thing is, depending on the industries that you do and how much you generate, you can attract unwanted attention. So certain industries like tech mining will piss off the Luds. So you get Pather attention as a result, which increases Pather raids. So depending on what you, and if I set up a whole lot of fuel mining, for instance, and fuel processing, the foreign powers that rely on their monopoly on fuel, like the Sindri and Diktat, will get pissed off about that. You know, so depending on how you're developing, you're going to get the attention of other factions because you are rivaling some of their market share. That's another thing to consider is, if we focus our industry too heavily on one specific thing, it might attract unwanted attention. But there's something to be said with, like, just the mere existing will piss them off too. So, like, at some point it's like, well, can't be helped. I'm kind of tired of fighting these dudes. I'm gonna pop out of here and continue missioning. There we go. Orbital station. Nice. So the orbital station is adding some extra stability, and increasing the combat readiness to defend against attackers. Of course, it's only level 1, so it would get smoked in a real fight. But star fortresses can usually hold their own a bit. A bit. Ooh. That's a good find. Mostly junk, but maybe in the ruins, in the rubble. Oh, you know, one other ship that... oh, no, I do have my salvage gantry. I was going to say, like, did I forget to grab the gantry? But no, I haven't. My relationship with the pirates are going up, so we're no longer suspicious, we're neutral. So that will help with being able to just openly trade with the pirates and not have to go in dark and hide our ID tags and all that stuff. I'm not going to bother with the ore. What is the plan for the 40-ish Gamma Cores? So it's possible at some point, just speculating here, that if we ever get strong enough that the people that would get pissed off on us making use of the Gamma Cores, if they're all dead, that, or if we're more powerful than them, then I can make use of it. So I don't know if and when that will happen. Or if we need a sudden windfall of money, I can turn them into like Tritac or something like that. Because Tritac pays pretty big for them. But it's a nice thing to hold on to in case you need it for some reason. So I usually, that's what I do, is I don't burn them for rep. I just sit on them in case I want to use them later on. I mean, they're not super effective. All they do is they slightly reduce demand. Obviously, alpha and beta are far superior. But when you have a lot of worlds and have a lot of industries, filling them with gamma cores can be pretty useful. Well, that's done. Up here, where is... You know, I'm going to pop into this neutron star and see if there's a research station around it. Let's just get blasted. Hey, I'm not getting blasted. That's different. Where's this other planet? Oh, no ruins on it. Let's bounce out! Closest gates. This way. So Sean has a little bit more overhead with all the installations and upgrades we're adding, so it's not turning as much of a profit. But I wasn't really hoping for like an immediate profit. That's not my main concern from my colonies. Want to make sure that they can defend themselves first and foremost. So I'm going to get myself back to the core, and then we'll just be about done. I'm just going to run through this system to see if there's any ruins here left to grab. I kind of wish that the prelim survey ability, which at some point, now that my main surveying is done, like I could definitely see the advantage of ditching makeshift equipment in lieu of a different ability, because makeshift equipment is not a combat ability, and I need to be ready for fighting probably more than I need to be good at survey. But I kind of wish it would tell you if it had ruins or not. That's like the one thing that's missing from that quick scan. That you still need visual confirmation, which would be really... I would keep it otherwise. You wonder if defense fleets would die in pulsar systems? Generally speaking, they don't just like up and die. Oh, wait, the gate's here. Duh. AI tries to fly around, stuff like that. The AI is not great at flying around stuff like that, but they do try. Now that we're back in core, I'm gonna hold on to the transphotonic metals, but ditch everything else in the black markets and maybe buy some black market fuel. Much to the chagrin of the Independents. The good news is, with all the missions that we just did, we're basically neutral with the pirates. So they're no longer going to be gunning for us. Or at least not actively. Ooh, Sean with the orbital station done. And spaceport's about to be done. And megaport's done. That's some pretty big progress. So the megaports are going to add significant accessibility so that trade fleets can make it to us, which is going to be really handy when we drive up our industry so that we can, you know, actively trade. And it's also going to help with growth significantly as well. The free ports, the habitability, the hazard pay, the accessibility, the megaport, all that stuff really helps out. So we're growing very fast at Sean now, and faster, or actually quite fast at Ascendancy because of the hazard pay. I could even, well, the hazard pay makes like almost 9% difference, so it's definitely worth keeping. The patrol HQ is almost done upgrading. That's going to happen in like a day. There we go. So now we have a military base, and then the last big one is the High Command. which I'm going to jump to now. So the High Command is going to significantly reduce our colony crisis. So because of the military base, we have a modifier of 70% gain, and at High Command it will be half. So we won't get attacked as frequently. And that's going to be, it's going to be expensive to upkeep, but it's going to keep us safe from being constantly harassed by other factions once we're on the radar of other factions. So it was one of those that I wanted to get done immediately for our long-term protection and sustainability of our colonies. All right, looking pretty good. Oops. Open market fuel. And, oh my god, look at my level. So close. I'll get it, even if I don't do anything, because governing my 2 colonies will kick me up beyond that point. Any missions around? No, none that are really clustered enough. So, friends, I think this is where I am going to leave off. Thank you for tuning in to Starsector Ascendancy, which originally streamed live on Twitch, July 11th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow captain.